What if I told you could retire at 40, not 60, not 58 with pension, 40? I did the math actually, and the answer actually surprised me because the obvious way to do it is wrong, and I nearly made the mistake myself. So let's look into how to do this and how the entire setup and the math works. So right now I am 22 years old, and my, let's say, dream age to retire is 40. So the gap is around 18 years. So I have 18 years of time. Okay, this is the first step. Figure out how much time you have in hand. So the longer the better. Next, the question isn't can I save money? It's how much invested where, and to actually get there, how to invest it, right? So that's the question one should be asking. Most people who talk about this just say like save 20%, have emergency cash saved up. So that is not a plan. That is a guess. So let's actually get on the math and calculate this. Okay, first you need to know your monthly expense. So for me, it's around 50K per month, so which comes around 6 lakhs a year, right? So the biggest mistake people do while calculating or making plans about retirement is they assume this 6 lakh is always 6 lakhs. That's not the case. Why? Because of inflation. So in India, inflation is currently around 5 to 6%. So 6% inflation for 18 years will make your 6 lakhs will be equal to 17 lakhs when you're 40. So it's actually simple calculation. What you can do is 6 lakh multiplied by 1.06 whole power 18. This 06 means like 6% inflation rate, and 18 stands for the number of years. So similarly, you can do this calculation for how many years you have, and that will, for me, it came around 17 lakhs. So basically, to have 6 lakhs today is equal to having 17 lakhs then. So the actual figure I need to make my calculation is not 6 lakhs but 17 lakhs. Now step 3, how big of a corpus do we actually need? The common rule among the FIRE means financial independence, retire early, is 25x rule, which means you need to save like 25 times your annual expenses. So for me, how much it was? It was around 17 lakhs something. So when you do the calculation, you get around 4.28 crores. So once you have this, you can safely withdraw 4% every year, and you will not run out of money. Okay, this 4% actually comes from US market research. It's a rough guide, not a guarantee, especially for Indian markets. Next step is a bit critical. So you can't just save your money, like put it in a box or put it in a bank, because you're actually losing money to inflation. So you should counter it with some other investment of your own. So generally people advise bonds. So bonds give around 6 to 7%, government bonds, since they are more reliable. So using that, if you make calculation for 18 years to get to 4.28 crores, you need to invest 98,000 a month. So it is a safe assumption to make. It is not normal for an individual in his 20s and 30s to invest 98,000 a month on savings for retirement funds alone. But instead of putting in bonds, if you put in equity, like historically Nifty 50 or Next Nifty, Bank Nifty, those kind of indices or equities, they historically give around 12%. So now when we make the calculations with 12%, instead of investing 98,000, which we had to do with bonds, we can invest around 55 or 56,000 and reach our same goal of 4.28 crores in 18 years. So for the same time period, for the same retirement amount, we have halved our monthly savings deposit, 55,000 for my use case scenario. Let's come to the catch. There is obviously some honest caveats to this. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of these written numbers are promised. 12% is the historical average, and it is not a guarantee, as market do not move in a straight line. The real strategy most people use is called glide path, which is in your 20s and 30s, you invest more aggressively, which means you put major part of your savings into equities, indices, those kind of things. And as you get closer to your goal, mainly in the late 30s and 40s, you start shifting the proportionality of how much you are invested in equity versus in debt, like bonds. So you start investing more in bonds. This is called glide path. Basically the aggression of your investing decreases as time progresses. So in case market suddenly crashes and it will take some 2-3 years to get back on its feet, your investment will be safe. Okay, So this is the actual math behind financial independence and retire early. No guessing, no way, 20% of your salary advice. If you want, I will build a version of this calculator. You can pull up your own numbers and find out what you are getting. And if you want, you can comment it. I will drop in the next video. I'm doing this for myself too as I go through my 20s. So if you want to follow the journey, subscribe and I will show you where I actually land. Thank you.